Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today's video will be the Bretonnia taking on the High Elves. And you know today's meta, we've seen it on the channel before. We got the double paladin and the Fae. The Fae is really good at just kind of getting in blobs and doing quite a bit of damage over time. The double paladin's used for the anti-large as versus dragons, single entities, help support cav fights, whatnot. But yeah, we have a bunch of men-at-arms supporting the front lines, along with peasants leading the front. Of course, you always got to have peasants in your Bretonnian armies. We do have some peasant bowmen who are very key and pretty underrated units, in my opinion. They're just like the backbone. They're literally the backbone of all Bretonnian armies. You need them to kind of like win an engagement or win a battle. But we do have the Arwar halberds. We do have the Beast Slayers of Baston, and these guys are anti-large armor-piercing components. They'll be doing work versus Cav, help Cav fights, and versus single entity monsters kind of like blob in, and they're kind of like a support back unit. We do have a Trebuchet in the back who is going to be peppering the enemy artillery and archers. But for the forces of but for my little force over here, we got some Cav. We have the defenders of Fleur de Lis, the ROR version of Knights Errant. These guys are great, and they're pretty much just an upgraded Knights Errant, and they're really, really good. I suggest to bring them in most matchups. We do still have some Knights of the Realm, along with these ROR Knights of the Lionhearted. Now, these guys are going to do exceptionally well. Not so much against High Elves because of flaming damage, but they do have magic, actually. It's actually not fire, it's magic. So, these guys will do fairly well, and I mean, they are anti-large, so they'll be able to kill Cav pretty easily. We do have the Companions of Cornell, who are a must-bring in a lot of matchups, actually. Most armies that have like big heavy monsters, like you can bring it in an Empire matchup, Lizardmen. But yeah, these guys are like a very big force to deal with for sure. But yeah, I will be leading the Bretonnians today, and Happy Puppy will be leading today's High Elves. As we have 4 Silvern Guard leading the front line. Now, Silvern Guard are a great unit, and a lot of people think they're OP. They're not really super OP. In my opinion, they are just right, especially with the cost increase. But I mean, it sucks for me because I am a High Elf main. But yeah, these guys are great here, and I mean, they're really good in every matchup, to be honest. But we do have some archers here, and archers are key in High Elf's army. We do have some Lothar and Seaguard, which is a great pick. I love the Lothar and Seaguard here. They got their anti-large swords and they have their shields here, so it's a shielded ones. We do have Teclis on horse here on his mighty Illyrian steed, and we do have 3 Reaper bolt throwers that are going to absolutely destroy my catapult if they get the range on it and clean up my infantry. Okay, now this is a great pick. Honestly, I think the Rangers are an awesome pick here, but you have to keep them protected. If they take a cap charge to the face, they're completely washed and done with. So you have to watch out for that. But we do have some Vanguarded Silver Helms, I believe. And let's see these guys. We do have Illyrian Reavers, actually. And we do have 1 unit of Illyrian Reavers. So it's just Illyrian Reavers. And yeah, let's get this match started. Sorry if I took too long, but yeah. We will get this match started. I'm just going to realize, okay, 3 Reaper bolt throwers, got it, let's push up. I do see these Illyrian Reavers pushing up on my left flank, and I'm going to react with some Cav. Happy Puppy's going to have a good reaction time and react by running away. And this is where I'm going to try to kind of like pin her in and try and pin this unit so I can catch up to it. But I'm like, okay, I can't catch up to it. I don't want to overextend because she might have some other Cav in here that I don't know about. But yeah, we're just going to play a little passive here, and we'll see where things go. Reaper bolt throwers are doing amazing damage towards my infantry. They're really good, especially with the anti-infantry shot. It can do quite a bit of damage towards Cav, but not too much. We do have another volley coming into the Peasant Bowmen. Right now, Happy Puppy is focusing the Peasant Bowmen and Peasants, which is not the best idea. You want to focus the Peasant Bowmen because these guys are deadly if they can get a lot of volleys off into you. and even if they get like a couple volleys, they'll do some work for sure. And I mean, I love them. They're just like so cost effective. They're so good. They can trade pretty well. I mean, they don't have the best morale, but I mean, if you can get a bunch of them to focus fire these one archer and then move on to the next one, they're gonna be dealt with in like a matter of seconds. But we do have the charge coming in from the peasants, and these peasants are gonna go in. They're going all in into these Silvern Guard, which are braced, so not going to do that much damage. We do have Pox Arrows who are raining into these backlines, and this is exactly what you want to do. Focus fire one unit with all your archer power, move on to the next one, and then keep moving on. That's what you want to do. We do get a charge off into the Silvern Guard by the Knights of the Fleur de Lis. Not the best charge, I mean, could have got a lot better one, but, I mean, we do have the Illyrian Reavers who are getting cornered, and I see this, and I'm going to maneuver my Questing Knights. And Happy Puppy is actually going to get charged here by the RLR Questing Knights. And then she'll move immediately after that. But we do have one unit of the Illyrian Reavers getting in the backline, which is a pretty big misplay for me somewhat. We do have the Trebuchet who's firing. But I do have my Knights here to kind of react. And they're going to get on here as quickly as possible. And just melt this unit. I mean, we do have anti-large, a lot of anti-large. And I mean, that's going to suck for them for sure. But over here, we do have the frontline engagement, which is going in the Heil favor for sure. I mean, these are peasants, and they're not going to do that much. They're kind of just there to hold while I deal with the archers and then get my cav to deal with their cav and just push in the back line and kind of do my own thing. But we do get a nice rear charge off into the Sylvan Guard, which is definitely good for me. And we do get a nice charge off into the Knights of the Realm. And this is kind of what you want to do to destroy Sylvan Guard. Rear charge them, hit him from the front as well. And it looks like a Spirit Leap. No, it's Exchange Feebling Foe is being popped up. I don't know. That use wasn't the best, but I mean, we did okay. And Rangers are overextending a little bit. And we're going to see this, and we're going to pick this engagement. We're like, okay, Rangers out of position. They can take a charge really effectively. Well, not really effectively, but they can't take a charge whatsoever. And they're super squishy, and there goes a lot of models. And I mean, that's what you do versus Rangers. If you have a tough time to deal with them infantry-wise, well, deal with them cav-wise for sure. We do get a nice net off here, but there's nothing to really follow up since Teclis is a very bad combatant unless he's on his Phoenix, and Happy Puppy's archers is getting absolutely melted. But we do have a Flaming Sword Rune going down, and I do get a counter charge off into these Lothar and Seagull with my Knights of the Realm. Knights of the Realm are going to do somewhat good. They are anti-large, so they're not going to be doing infantry like the Knights Errant, but they'll be kind of just sitting here for a little bit, and then I pull them back out. We do break them though, so that's good for us. Rangers are in the front, and I mean, if they receive the charge, like I said, they're going to get down to like what, almost half HP. We do have the Knights of the Lionhearted who are kind of being a little mismicroed, but these Rangers do get in the back line, which is a big misplay. But I'm just going to unload a volley into them, see if I can kill as many as possible while I try and get to my Knights somewhat back here to help out. I am chasing Teclis down, which is probably the best thing right now. Keep her on her Myco while I just deal with her backline and keep her from microing these all these components right here. But we did get a nice charge off into these Rangers. Like I said, look at that health just drop and look at them waver. This is exactly how you want to play it, and I mean, I don't know if she did a great job of protecting her Rangers and using them in the right moment. Sure, you got kind of like cleaned up my infantry, but I mean, they're not really that big of a deal. I don't know. I like this build somewhat, just because of the fact that Rangers are just really good at clearing through trap. I just think she overextended them a little too much. But I mean, you had to get on these because of Bowmen somewhat. So I'm going to pull them back and get a nice volley down into the Silvern Guard who are facing that way. But I do get on Teclis, and that's going to be the end of him today. Poor Teclis boy. He's going to go down on the steed. And double Paladin phase, very deadly. And I mean, that's why they are a meta pick in this matchup for sure. They're not something to mess around with. I mean, you could go in here, but sometimes, depending on your high elf spring. But I mean, it actually is a tough matchup for high elves, just because of the fact that you can't really go sky very much. But I mean, that is going to be army losses. That's going to be GG. You can't really go sky as much just because of the fact that peasants that can just fill up their whole roster, and I mean, they're just going to bog down your units. Cav did exceptionally well, 108 kills, 104 kills. Happy Puppy Silver and Guard did work. So did the Rangers somewhat. One got just like destroyed by knights. The archers were getting absolutely destroyed. I feel like she could have won that engagement if she focused my peasant bowman, and possibly kind of like switch targets to my knights. But I mean, there's a lot of components that could deal with her archers, so it was definitely hard. And Reaper bolt throwers should have focused archers as well. All should have been focusing one, move on to the other. Like I said, you want to be moving your targeting and basically just shooting this one. We get it low and then shoot that one. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We are almost to 100 subs. Once we get there, we'll be doing a special little tournament. I don't know. I have to see what people have for ideas. But if you do have any ideas, leave them in the comments below, and I will check them out. Hope you guys had a great day, and stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, peace out, guys.